Hey everyone, uh, welcome to the next installment of If We Only Knew. You know, it's here we're on a journey to inspire, to motivate, and make changes so that we can become better versions of ourselves. If you're watching this live today, please leave me a comment below. If you're watching the replay, then put hashtag replay in the comments. Getting on here a little bit earlier than I had planned today just because we have a couple things we're going out of town in the morning, so I want to make sure I have a time to get it all done. My topic for today, hey Olivia, is my keys to financial literacy. What's up, Mark? How are you? To be financially literate is to really know how to manage your money, right? This means learning or knowing or learning how to pay your bills, how to borrow and save money responsibly, and really how or why we invest or plan for retirement, right? But if you do a little research, you find out that 76% of the American population lives paycheck to paycheck. And I'm going to say, I'm going to throw it out there that there's a lot of people that have not been taught the basics of, financial literacy. But that being said, I think it's unfair to mention there's people out there that have had life experiences that led them to their current situation right now. We all know people who have dealt with financial problems, due to unforeseen medical issues or expenses, maybe a family issue, maybe a sudden decrease in income. You know what I'm saying. But this is not about them. The number one reason people get into financial trouble is because they lack the skills to manage their money. So let's face it, if no one's ever taught you the basics of money, your money management and budgeting, how do you learn it? Or maybe even worse, maybe you picked up bad habits. It could be from your parents, it could be from family members, and maybe they never had, how do I want to say it? Maybe they never had any lessons on managing money as well. It's a bad cycle if you think about it. And how do you learn it? Not sure, but we all need to understand that spending money really is let's put it this way: is spending money without a budget plan. It's like kind of driving your car into an unfamiliar area without a map or a GPS, right? Keeping all that in mind, I just wanted to come up with a few tips or my ideas of really what I believe are keys to financial literacy. So number one, I believe the most basic aspect of staying on top of your finances is learning how to and begin budgeting. And with today's modern conveniences with the internet and everything else, there's websites and apps and everything to help you with this. And don't worry, if math's not your strong point, there's tools on these apps and stuff that can help you out. So don't worry about that stuff. See, it's about knowing how much money's coming in and where your money's going so you can learn to control it, right? If you want any suggestions on apps out there, I've done some research on those. Leave me a message and I'll be glad to get back with you to let you know what I found that make things a little bit easier. But that was number one. Number two, use banking institutions for your money. Whether you're utilizing banks for checking accounts, savings accounts, lines of credit, credit cards, your money's guaranteed or secured up to, what is it, $250,000, right? And there's a number of options to use with each of these that have benefits and disadvantages, right? Again, there's varying ideas between experts on what banking strategies you should use, but I'm not going to go into that right here, or today, I should say. The idea here is that banking institutions give access to low-cost products, if you will, for those individuals that don't have accounts or those individuals who underutilize the accounts that they actually have. Number 3 is using credit responsibly, right? Using credit cards is kind of a way of life for most Americans. And for some, it's a tool for building credit and borrowing money for, major purchases and stuff. For others, it's constantly refilling, of the debt they relied on for nearly every purchase they make. I read a report earlier this morning from Experian. I think they put it out, I think it was in February of this year, that said that the average American has 3 credit cards, right? And what we have to learn to do is choose which card is correct for us or right for us, and then how to use that card properly. That learning or that learning curve that you're going to go through is going to be really important for your future. Credit history plays into better interest rates for loans, mortgages, and when you're applying for more credit. Credit also plays a major role in big and small and startup business, home ownership, real estate investments. It really plays a major role. So I think it's really important for all of us to use credit responsibly. Number 4, and the last one I believe is important, is retirement. Whether done through savings accounts over time, through company matching 401ks, self-directed IRAs, or some other type of annuity, the sooner you prepare for that, the better. Let's face it, I believe I read the average lifespan for Americans is between 78 and 80, depending on what article you read. But people are living longer. That's what we have to understand. So we have to have money that goes along with that lifespan. So it's important to begin saving or figure out your particular strategy on what you want for the retirement age. Yeah, there's different strategies, and again, depending on who you listen to, but it's important that you make plans. I know these 4 items don't cover everything, but understand this is what I believe needs to be taught. It is my opinion that we need to come up with something to teach. Sorry, phone's ringing. We need to teach people, adults, on how to better manage their finances, and in return, we need to be teaching students and have requirements for students to be able to be educated on learning how to manage their money. Whether it's taught in school or whether it's taught at home, we need to supply that effort to make these changes. Again, it's my opinion. Beginning next week, I want to begin covering these 4 topics individually. So we'll do that one per day. So beginning Monday through Thursday, and then we'll wrap it all up. I have some strategies. I want to do if you will, a 10,000 foot view of that you may not have heard of before. And I think it's important that we as consumers out there get the same information that everybody else gets. So be sure to get with me next week. I'm not going to be here the rest of the weekend. Suzette and I are going out to do a relay run with a group of folks to raise money for charity. So we go tomorrow, and it's a 24-hour relay run. So I think each of us has to run 16.1 miles. So we're going to be encouraging each other and wearing ourselves out for no doubt. But so anyway, I won't be back on until Monday, but we'll begin covering those topics in detail each day. So, but I want to leave you with a quote from Alan Greenspan. Remember, he was the chairman of the Federal Reserve from I think the late 1980s to mid 2000s. And he said, the number one problem in today's generation and economy is the lack of financial literacy. Let's making it an important part of our lives and teach our children so that things can change. That is my belief. So I hope you get some value out of this. Like I said, we'll dive in a little bit deeper next week, and would love some conversation back and forth. If you guys know something that you'd like to know more of, please put some comments in. I'd like to know your thoughts. But anyway, that's all I'm going to cover today. We'll see you Monday when we'll continue with this. Again, head over to my YouTube channel if you've missed any of this. And yes, I forgot to put the link on the YouTube channel, but it's donandrewscapital.com/YouTube. And you can check out the other ones in case you've missed them. So for now, you guys have a great weekend. Thanks for listening in. We'll talk to you later.